Hi there. Today we're going to look at stellar magnitude, what it is, how it works, what it means when you look into the nighttime sky. Because you often hear stars described as being a first or a third magnitude star, and so forth. Well, the brightest stars that you can see with the naked eye are about first magnitude stars. And the dimmest stars you can see with the naked eye are about sixth magnitude stars. Now, sometimes you'll read or hear how bright a star or planet appear from Earth at a particular magnitude. The word magnitude in astronomy, unless otherwise mentioned, refers to an object's apparent brightness, how bright it appears to us observing it from Earth. After all, it's a very, very long way away. Now, the intrinsic brightness of a star, how bright it really is, if you were, say, on a planet orbiting it, is called luminosity, or absolute magnitude. For the remainder of today's video, or this video, the word magnitude means the star's apparent visual magnitude. Okay? Now, magnitude itself dates back from the ancient times of Hipparchus and Ptolemy, whose star catalogues listed stars by magnitude, and this is to a degree, as you will see, why there is a limitation on that first to sixth magnitude scale, because those were the stars that they listed. Today the system's modified. Let's look at for a moment the star Spica, the brightest star in Virgo, and the star that we can see in the sky at the moment as we speed or spike down from Arcturus. And if you want to find out how to find those, our video, What to Look Out For in the May Sky, shows how to find Spica very easily. Now, Spica is a prime example of a first magnitude star. In other words, although its magnitude is slightly variable, its magnitude is almost exactly equals 1. Now, people often find the magnitude system confusing because the brightest stars have negative magnitudes. For instance, Sirius, the brightest star in the nighttime sky, which has just left our skies, it's around in the wintertime in the northern hemisphere, has an apparent magnitude of minus 1.44. This is because the ancient people listed 1 as being the brightest you could get, and they were wrong. Of course, most stars aren't like Spica, and they don't fall quite precisely between a whole number on a magnitude scale, which is why, for astronomers, any star with a magnitude between 0.5 and 1.5 is considered a first magnitude star. The first magnitude star Aldebaran, the eye of Taurus the bull, has an apparent magnitude of 0.87, but we call it a first magnitude star. And likewise, Regulus has an apparent magnitude of 1.36, but we consider them both first magnitude stars, although their brightnesses are not exactly the same. When you see this written down, the intrinsic brightness of a star, by the way, is a capital M. The apparent magnitude is a lower m. The numbering system of apparent magnitude can be confusing. All you need to remember is the dimmer the star, the higher its magnitude number. Because a difference of 5 magnitudes corresponds to a brightness factor of 100 times, then a difference of 10 magnitudes corresponds to a brightness factor of 10,000 times, and so on, as you can see on this chart. However, there's a far larger range of brightness than just the 5 magnitudes. Brightness factor 100 in our sky. The sun, moon and planets are much, much brighter than first magnitude, and telescopes let us see stars at millions of times fainter than sixth. So today the system includes not just stars, but the sun and the moon and the planets and asteroids and comets and star clusters, and even man-made satellites have been given magnitudes. Now, when we look at the solar system, that magnitude scale changes, as we say. The sun, for example, is minus 27. It's the brightest thing in our skies. A full moon comes in at minus 13. Venus, when it's at its brightest, last winter, minus 5. Jupiter minus 3, Mercury minus 2, and Saturn is the same as Vega. It's a first magnitude planet. A little aside from this, which may be useful for people observing in the cities, is although Parkos said that the brightest stars you could see with the naked eye were first magnitude and the dimmest were sixth magnitude, if you live in a city, that changes dramatically. An average size city, you'll probably have a magnitude of about 3 as the brightest you can see. And a big city, like London, New York, or the big capital cities, the brightest stars you'll be able to see will probably be first magnitude stars. So that actually means you won't be able to see some of the planets. But I hope you enjoyed that little look at magnitude. Don't let it confuse you. The basic thing to remember is that the brighter the object, the lower down the magnitude scale. The higher the number, the dimmer the object. And that most objects we see in the sky today in our light polluted skies are between about first and fourth, but the sun, the brightest thing in the sky, sits there at -26. But this is the apparent brightness of these objects as we see them, not how bright they really are. That is their intrinsic brightness. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Do take care and good stargazing.